Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Peroz, and I deal with social anxiety almost all of my life since I remember. Since I was a little kid, I had trouble with social anxiety. I couldn't go around people. I was afraid of being in the around people. Even though I was with my friends, I was going a lot of places, but there's sense of anxiety. And over the years, I had to talk with a lot of people. I had to do my homework, really. I had to read books. I had to face my fears, and I had to talk with tons of people to really get my life sorted out. And in this presentation, I will teach you 5 things that I learned that boosted my confidence, and it's universally good for your confidence. If you really want to boost your confidence, this is these 5 steps is the most universally accepted, the most practiced, and the most beneficial habit that you can cultivate for having a confidence in your life, in your relationships, in all areas of your life. These secrets are basic, really. These are very simple secrets, but they are not easy. You have to develop a certain sense of commitment to these things. Otherwise, it will not be effective, similar to all kind of stuff that you want to learn. So let's get dive into it right away. So, the basics of social confidence. So I'm going to talk about the really basics of social confidence, and this basics will get you to the highest levels of confidence. So let's get right into it. Now, secret number one. This is really important for you to understand. First of all, it's really understanding what really is social anxiety, what really is social confidence. So I wrote a very simple definition, which I learned it. It's all over the place. It's social confidence is in a sense that you are really comfortable in your own skin. You don't need outside approval to tell you that you are good, that you are better. You don't need a person to tell you, hey, you're awesome. But inside it's you. You have to know that you're awesome. You have to know that you can handle anything. So it's basically having all the qualities such as courage, such as knowing there's a certain amount of anxiety approaching a person, standing up for yourself, and standing in front of people and speaking your mind, saying hi to a stranger, all those things. That is social confidence. And social confidence comes from having the skill of courage. We'll talk about it later, how you can cultivate courage. And first of all, understanding for you what it means to having confidence. And just a moment, just think about it, what really confidence means for you. It's really important. You might have a different definition of confidence. In deep sense, confidence is being able to handle anything. That is confidence. You go to a party, you say, you know what, whatever happens, I can handle it. If you go to a presentation, if you go to a board meeting, there's a lot of people who know better than you. There are a lot of people who might know better than you, but you have the ability to know that it's okay, that you can handle it. So even you're going with the new people, with your parents or with your kids or whatever, you go there and there are a lot of people, but you know you can handle it. That is courage. You know that you'll have certain information, you'll be anxious, you'll be afraid. Regardless, you will be okay. So that is confidence. That comes from understanding your emotions. That comes from understanding what really is confidence. Confidence is not the lack of emotions, lack of fear, lack of anything that you think is bad for you. It's being able to handle those things. So that is confidence. And what is social anxiety? What is the opposite of it? So if confidence is being able to handle anything, so the opposite would be not being able to handle anything. True? In a sense, social anxiety is believing in a lie, believing that there's something wrong with you, that something really wrong with you. If there's something that if I can go to, for example, if you go to a board meeting, you believe there's something wrong with you, you will not be able to catch it, you will not be able to learn it. Regardless how many times you do it, you can't do it. There's something missing. If you believe in that, your mind will look to a lot of places. You go to blaming mode. You blame this person. You blame economy. You just go to into state of blaming, denial, because you think you're not enough. So, to understanding that, it will definitely change your life. Just understanding it. So, this is skill. I'm going to wrap it up. There are too many details into this. Just for the sake of this video, just know that social anxiety is with everyone, and everybody thinks that they are not enough in some point or the other. It's just knowing that in a whole way that you are not enough, that is dangerous. For this skill, you need to have a notebook. It's been years that I'm doing this, and it really, really helps me. Just a simple notebook and a pen. You can just write it down. You will be able to do it. So, just a simple notebook will change your life. So get a notebook if you don't have it. Just put it in a journal or whatever. Just have it with you and write it down. Whatever we can talk about. So uh, let's talk about this. So this is the awareness log. So as you can see that there are four four columns. You can just write when. It is not very complicated. It's not supposed to be complicated. It's supposed to be as easy as possible. So you should write down this um, when do you feel unconfident, where are you going to the public, are you in a restaurant around people, just you have to know what is this difficult situation that you really really feel bad about. So when you do that, so write down, for example, this example that I have with me is like a person who really feels bad about his or her weight. Let's say his weight, and he is worried about that. Was me as well. So I had a very fear of about my weight, my problem, and whenever somebody made fun of me, I was going to sense of so much fear and afraid and shame and regret that I would just go into angry as well. So many different emotion I was suffering. So then you go what the main problem is your thoughts. Now thoughts come in, oh I this guys, these are all loser. Now when you're writing down your thought, this is really important that you have to write it unfiltered. You don't have to like sugarcoat it or just be civilized. It's not about being civilized, it's about writing down whatever that part of you says. That part of you was angry, the part of you that was really scared, write down, and it will free you. I assure you, this is one of the best secrets that I learned. Just writing it down. You are not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. Thoughts are just from all over the place, from the movies that you watch, from the people that you met in your child, from your parents. And when you have these thoughts, what kind of reactions or behaviors do you have? So if this person had low confidence, so he would have done laughed and stayed shy and just went there and just just covering himself. Oh, I'm not going to talk with anybody, and he would not talk with anybody and just just leave the place. So it really comes down to what kind of behavior this guy has. So just write down like what kind of reaction do you have. Even if you have a positive one, just write those down. It's and be as specific and simple as possible. Okay, now the one trick thing is about this exercise that you don't have to be judgmental about it. You don't have to judge yourself. Oh, I am piece of this because of I have this certain thoughts and this certain reaction and this certain emotion. That doesn't work. You have to be accepted. Imagine imagine you're learning a new thing. Imagine you're learning a new thing. When you're making a mistake, you're supposed to make a mistake. So that being said, whenever you're doing this, it You have to come with the stance of complete acceptance, complete acceptance that these are okay, these are okay. And I write this down not because I'm a bad person. I have these thoughts. I have these thoughts because I have these thoughts. So it comes from a place of acceptance. All right. So let's go to the second one. Ooh, and this another skill can definitely change your life. Oh boy, oh boy. You must have heard it. It's so simple. It's meditation. And meditation is a practice of life in a sense. It is not just a tool. You might heard meditation is a very good tool to have you confidence. And in reality, meditation is not just a tool. It's a way of life. Let me explain this to you. Awareness and mindfulness is like seeing a river, seeing birds coming in, seeing something out of your control. And when you go inside the life, when you go inside a difficult situation, when you go around people that you're nervous, you have to come for a stance of awareness and mindfulness. You have to see yourself as if you're seeing clouds, birds, people, with the eyes of complete acceptance and motherly eyes, as if you're seeing a person who you really care about. So this comes from practice. Imagine, just for 1 second, imagine you're going inside the a very difficult situation, and you're nervous. You're extremely nervous. You're sweating. You're um, you're doing all the things that you're not supposed to do. You're laughing nervously or whatever. In that scene, the best thing you can do is just seeing all these things, similar to a bird would react. It's similar to seeing anything with the eyes of motherly, without judgment. And this is not easy. If you think this is easy, that means you've practiced along for a long time and that's easy for you. When I started meditation, boy oh boy, it was difficult. I couldn't do it for 5 minutes and I realized, oh, this is difficult. As I just practiced 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, now I do around 30 minutes to 45 minutes daily. It really helped me cultivated this sense that everything that I do, everything that I do, I see it with the eyes of mindfulness. And I'm still learning, I'm still doing it. And even though I've been doing for a while now, and I can see that every day this scale is new, something that I have to be aware of it. So, how to really practice this through mindfulness. And there are many types of meditation practices, such as breathing, such as counting your breathing, body scan meditation, sitting meditation, lying down meditation. And there are many you can do diaphragmatic breathing meditation. Regardless, this skill requires you to come from the stance of observation without judgment, without trying to change anything, forcing anything. This is, as you can see, this skill is one of the biggest skill of a parent. A good parent, let's see, if I see my little sister here, um, and she's doing all kind of nonsense stuff. She's doing all the being joking or having nervous or having tantrum. I'm just gonna watch it with the eyes of mindfulness. I'm not gonna go there and just do some hurtful thing. So that is, see, that is not work. That does not work. Never works. So in order to be really confident, this is skill of mindfulness is really important. So let's go to secret number 3. Let's go step by step. The first step was to understanding your own self, your thoughts. You're being aware of your thoughts. What kind of reactions do you have? And the second skill is being aware of those things without really judgment. When you're writing down your thoughts, your emotion, some of your thoughts could be and will be harsh because you're writing unfiltered. You're writing down whatever is in your heart, in your soul. Just put it down with the word, with the word F word, S word, any kind of harsh word. Just write it down, and you'll be able to just see it without get hooked on it. Is this skill of meditation? And the secret number three is, which is also very much important and really takes time for you to learn it, also comes with the paper and pen and notebook. You have to write it down. Let me get the example of a person who is fat and who is really anxious about it. Whenever somebody makes fun of his fat, he becomes very nervous and beating himself and calling himself names, and after that so many negative stuff. And in order to calm this person down from being aware of all of his behaviors and seeing that, oh, I have these thoughts, I have these behaviors, and then comes down to a solution part. We have to find to a solution. So what are you going to do? This comes to a skill which requires you to write down all the things. Sit down with yourself for 10 minutes minimum, up to 31 hour every day if it's required. This skill requires you to treat yourself like a friend, to treat yourself like a good person. Imagine you are your own coach. You are your own father, parent that you never had, that you wanted to have, but you never had it. So you can have that sense of parenthood, guardianship. You always said, oh, my father is like this, or you never had that opportunity. I never had that opportunity to be with a person who is really, really good in parenting and tell me what to do, how to do things. This comes to you. So you will have to navigate yourself. This removes all the approval seeking that you don't need anybody's attention. No, this guy tells me that I have to. Okay, this person tells me, "Oh, you're so good. You're so, you're so, you're not fat. You're handsome." And but in deep down, you feel like. So in order to really get out of this, you need to practice self-talk. This is has been the most universally accepted skill in order to have confidence in that specific area. So to cultivate this, you have to write down. I wrote a very short example, an incomplete example, but I'm going to tell you how it works. It's so easy. Write a paper or write down. You become two parts. First of all, the first part is you being an observer. And from mindfulness skill that you cultivated, you bring that sense of observer to this writing it down, and you give this person a voice. It's you. It is you, John, David, Ahmed, whoever you are. It is you who has this voice inside of you. That is you. That is you in a sense from your top of your head to the bottom of your toes. That is you. So the other part of you is nervous, scared. That's another part of you. That's the fight and flight response of you. So that is not you. You are the observer. You are the parent, the mother. So you have to know that you're not just one. You're a collection of parts. That is really important to know. When you do that, just be patient. And there are steps to having a very good self-talk. There are also a few steps you have to follow. Do this, do this, do this. Okay, now you have these steps. You sit down with a person, imagine your friend is going through a very rough time. He's beating himself up for being fat, and you talk to him. How would you talk? Right? If you said this person, hey, A friend, I, you know what, today I had this incident. I feel so ashamed for so regret, and I don't know what to do. How would you talk with that friend? So that is the skill you have to do it every day in order to become very good at it. Imagine you become anxious and you write down in your journal and you become suddenly, oh, calm down. You become level, you become human. When you write down, you become two. One is you, the other one is the person who's scared. You're not going to say, don't be scared. Why are you scared of? It doesn't work. You have to be patient and empathize and see, ah, that is a scary situation. If I were in the position of you, I would be scared too. I would be, why would anybody do it? See, this is the first step. The first step is to understanding where he comes from. Not not denial or anything, just being accepted of that incident is true. The second step is finding new alternative views toward the situation, which will greatly influence your confidence in the future. So you will say, you know what, of course people say it, but they don't mean anything about it. Of course it is hard, and of course and of course you do have a little bit fat, and you're not Brad Pitt. And I love you regardless. I love you and accept you. I respect you. You are an amazing human being. Yet you do have a little fat though. See, it comes from a sense of acceptance, comes from a place of empathizing and laughter and joy. You have to write down. If you cannot come with it, that doesn't mean that you don't have the ability. It means that you have to practice it. Give yourself time to get good at it. These three secrets are always mental. And with secret number 4 and 5, they are not necessarily mental. So, secret number 4. This secret is, you must have heard it from different people, from videos, books, whatever. If you really, really, um, if you really, really are into confidence, self-confidence, social anxiety, you must have heard face your fears, do it anyway. Face your fears and do it anyway. Face your fear or just run away. So this concept of facing your fear and how to do it, it's simple. Just it's not explained to us well how to do it. Whenever, for example, um, when I was scared, my friend would say, like, face your fear. Face your fear, you'll be okay. But never explain to us how we do it, how I face my fear. So this countdown to this secret, this skill of facing your fear, how you do it. Okay, for for simplicity, I'm going to give the example of this having this person who is afraid of being called fat, being called, joking about his belly. Now let's see, shifting his perspective about the situation, change his mood, changes perspective, and said that, it's okay, I am a little bit fat, and that's okay. And they are not evil for telling me that, they're joking. And then we come down to, how can I face my fears? First of all, understanding, what are you afraid of, right? What are you afraid of? You're afraid of getting criticized, right? So the question you can ask to face your fear is, what would I do if I would face my fear? What would I do if I were confident? If I was, imagine I was the most confident person in that situation, what would I do? So this clarity, itself, it's so eye opening. So imagine this person says, what would I do if I was just confident, and I was not worried about my weight? What would I do? So this person would say, I would crack a joke, I would talk, well, I would crack a joke about my own weight, it's not a problem. I would just crack a joke about his hair, or I would just talk about something else. I would change the subject rapidly, or I would just say whatever I want to say, and I would just defend myself, say something about them. So you have to it's not something universal. You have to personalize thing. You have to understand what you specifically do, because there are things you have to do that you face. For example, if a person faces fear like 3 4 times, you wouldn't have to do the first fear you had to fear. If you started from the very beginning, you had to face some of the fears. If you had not said anything back, you might have to say something back, because you know it's okay. Yeah, it's okay if you say something back. It's okay if you laugh at yourself. It's okay if you laugh at them. So those things you have to find out what would you do. And then once you completed your fear, you can go to next stuff. For example, if you're really afraid in the board meeting, what would you do? What would you say? How you would behave? Then do it. The good news is just you have to do it 3 times or 4 times. Then you will find out, oh, okay, okay. Your mind will kind of adjust it. Oh, it's okay. So face your fear in a simple way. This is the action part. If you cross from scale 1 2 and 3, if you do not cross you're facing your fear, you get stuck in that situation. You will be calm, you will be acceptance, you will be happy, but you will also not overcome the situation. Because if you overcome the situation, you have to face your fears, you have to test all the negative stuff in your head. Once you do it, that situation specifically will clear out, another situation will come, because life is growth. When you do this, another situation will come, another, because you have the formula. Once you know this formula, every problem will go away. So best of luck on that. And the last but not least, this is this is cultivating confidence lifestyle. This is really um, this is really a personalized understanding your own life, finding your own life, finding, clarifying every day, journaling. What do you really want in life? What kind of life do you want? What kind of things do you really deserve? Clarifying your money things in your life. And you can ask yourself this question with just asking yourself, how would I live my life if I were confident? If I was the most confident in life, the most happiest, joyous person that I wanted to be, how would my day be? How would I wake up? How would I talk to people? How would I organize my life? Your answers will change every day, if not every day, every week, every month, every year, you will change. And if you do not ask this question, you will never change. So, having a confidence, it starts just right with you in your heart, nothing else. Just comes with a question, what would I do if I were confident? If you just write down a few sentences and work with it. Start small and just find out these 5 steps are so universal. You can find in any place and any book. And they talk about all these things. And if you go step by step, and you don't have to go step by step, you can cultivate one skill from the another depending on the experiences. You can just start from secret number 5. You can work with secret number 2. If you learn these 5 things, this is the heart of confidence, the heart of living a good life. And I wish you best of luck as always. Thank you for watching, and tune in for another really this kind of honest, and whatever I know I'll share it directly without any filter, and just just watch it.